Hello, my name is Olya Kudina, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to understand and how to explore AI and robotics, and specifically offer you a lens that we would like to offer throughout this whole MOOC, namely to look at them as dynamic socio-technical systems. But before we plunge into that, I'd first like to refer you to a general or strong definition of AI as it is generally found in technical and social literature. AI then is considered as machine ability to perform different range of tasks and actions in different domains of human life in ways that similarly resemble some kind of human-like qualities or even impressive intelligence abilities. Now, if we abstract from this more technical and general definition of AI, the lens that I would like to offer you today is considering AI and AI-infused robotic systems as complex and dynamic socio-technical systems. A socio-technical systems approach is generally recognized lens of looking at complex technologies because it underscores the intrinsic connection of their technical, social, and institutional dimensions that together produce specific use patterns and specific ethical concerns. Now, why this is specifically important for artificial intelligence and AI-infused robotics is because what distinguishes AI from traditional socio-technical systems is the presence of artificial agents or algorithms and technical rules that manage the interaction of these algorithms and human actors between all the other actors in the system. In parallel, the presence of human element or the intelligent agent is increased, just as their interaction with the algorithms in a dynamic and evolving environment. However, the way the algorithms learn may not be understandable to humans, making uncertainty and unpredictability in AI systems present to a much higher degree than in traditional technologies. Another particular feature of AI systems is that their borders are fuzzy and dynamic, making it difficult to ensure that the AI systems continue to relate to the changing world and the changing values in it. Now, the image that I offer you now here in the slide is something that may schematically depict this complex interaction of the social, technical, and world actors here that you can see on the slide, with S designating the individual and group level agents, the intelligent agents, technology standing for the algorithms, the traditional and artificial agents, and the world denoting this most complex and fuzzy category that comprises of sociocultural, institutional norms, regulations, rules, but also traditions and social priorities. Because the borders of AI system are dynamic and fuzzy, it is actually so much more important to constantly pay attention at how the social, the technological, and the cultural institutional components of AI are interacting. And to underscore the importance of this, let's now consider a small example, the one of AI-facilitated dating apps. Online dating brings along a promise of real connection based on careful algorithmic curation of one's preferences. Now, the socio-cultural expectations, at least in the Western societies, are encouraging us to avoid loneliness and to foster connection, with the goals that each is free to determine for oneself, be it finding a lifetime partner or just going on a casual date. And the technological means, or the apps, such as Tinder, Bumble, and many others, they cater to these social expectations by offering algorithmically tailor-made solutions for any social requirement you might have, be it sorting the potential matches by height, by age, by geographical proximity, or even education level. The scope of your options seems to be overwhelming and unlimited. Now, the perception that anyone who ever used the app is confronted with is that there's plenty of fish in the sea for whatever goal you're using the app. Just keep on trying until you find the perfect match. You are the one responsible for your happiness. And the app and the AI-curated algorithms in it are there to keep offering you constantly new options. So the dating apps seem at the same time to both expand the options for intimate connection and to increase the requirements that you need to follow in order to succeed in fostering such a connection, to the point that some actually started to experience the so-called Tinder fatigue, the consequences for the desire to connect at an intimate level when you try going on dates and it just doesn't work. But you're always encouraged by the dating app that your choices are limitless. And then the COVID-19 pandemic hit in 2019. But surely one's need for love and affection does not stop with the closing of natural borders and the social distancing rules that were exposed globally. You seemingly no longer had the ability to physically connect. And suddenly, the social component took charge. People took charge of the dating apps and creatively appropriated them to fit the new changed reality. They invented new ways to connect through the apps, for instance, by having digital wines and watching series together, by walking along the river with a screen on your phone as a date. Some mentioned that this actually gave more intimacy to the first encounter than the more conventional pub dates ever did. Here again, AI, through these dating apps, co-shapes very specific experiences of dating and establishing connections in a new way, while giving us a chance to reevaluate the old ones. It's this constant interaction between the social needs, the technological abilities, and the changing environment of the world. It seems that the socio-technical systems perspective, in considering the dynamic combination of the technical, governance, and socio-cultural, or even institutional elements of AI, does have implications not just for its use, but also for the design and governance of AI. In parallel, it might provide guidance on how one deals with the ethical issues regarding AI and how those issues are defined. Because the ethical dimension, it runs also across all of these three components of AI system, the social, technological, and the cultural institutional. So in order to understand what is ethically at stake and how we might begin to address it through design and through governance alike, we need to look at AI across all these three dimensions to understand how they interact, what comes up at their intersection, and of course, not just at the isolated technical component itself. Throughout this course, we encourage you to consider the case studies of using AI in society, specifically from this encompassing lens of AI as a dynamic socio-technical system. And we're very curious with what you come up with.